I have to be honest with you. In 2019, my answer would have been no.
Nope.
I thought we were a close family. We had dinner together most nights, we talked about our days. I genuinely knew my kids. We felt, by every measure I would have used at the time, solid. But when the pandemic hit and our world collapsed into four walls, I discovered how many invisible supports had been holding us up and how quickly they disappeared. School routines, playdates, sports practice, the neighbor kids, the school counselor my daughter saw twice a month, without me fully realizing how much she needed it, gone, almost overnight. What I didn't have, what most of us didn't have, was a mental health foundation built to survive that kind of disruption. A 2025 systematic review of 21 studies involving over 87,000 children across 10 countries confirmed what many parents already sense. For many kids, it's still going. So here's the question I now ask myself regularly, and the one I want to put to you today. If it happened again tomorrow, another pandemic, another lockdown, another prolonged crisis, would your child be okay? First, a word about what okay actually means. I'm not asking whether your child would be happy during a crisis. No child sails through a pandemic feeling great. That's not the goal. What I'm asking is whether your child has the internal resources to cope, to feel scared and name it, to miss their friends and reach out, to lose their routine and still find a foothold somewhere. That's what psychologists call resilience. And the good news is that it's entirely buildable. It's not a personality trait your child either has or doesn't have. So here's the checklist. 7 questions. Go through each one honestly. For every not yet, don't panic, just note it. Those are exactly the areas we'll focus on next. Question 1. Does your child have daily routines they can rely on, even when life is disrupted? Question 2. Can your child name and express what they're feeling without shutting down or acting out? Question 3. Does your child have at least one friendship that could survive physical distance? Question 4. Have you talked openly with your child about what to expect during scary or uncertain times? Question 5. Does your child have at least one healthy way to self-soothe when overwhelmed? Question 6. Can your child recall a hard time they got through and feel proud of that? And question 7. Does your household handle stress in ways your child can safely observe and learn from? Take a breath. However that went, here's what it means. 5 to 7 yeses? You've built a genuinely strong foundation. Keep reinforcing these habits and pay attention to the gaps, because even one weak spot can become a pressure point in a real crisis. 3 to 4? You have a solid starting point. Focus on the 2 or 3 not yet items that feel most urgent, typically emotional expression and peer connection, and build from there. Fewer than 3? This is not a judgment, it's information. Most families were in exactly this position in early 2020 through no fault of their own. The opportunity is in front of you right now. Start with question 1. Where to start? Here are the 4 moves that matter most. 1. Build the routine before you need it. Consistent daily structure, meal times, bedtimes, a predictable rhythm is the single most protective factor for children's mental health during disruption. When everything else falls apart, routine tells a child's nervous system, this part is still safe. You don't need a rigid timetable. You need a handful of anchors that hold, even on hard days. Pick just one tonight. 2. Teach emotional vocabulary, starting now. Children who can name what they're feeling are measurably more resilient than those who can't. This is not a therapy tool. It's a dinner table habit. Ask, what was the hardest part of your day? Instead of, how was school? Model naming your own emotions out loud. Try it at dinner tonight. 3. Crisis-proof at least one friendship. One of the most striking findings from pandemic research is how much a single sustained peer connection protected children's mental health. Not a group, just one friend. A regular call, a shared online game, a standing video chat. Help your child set up just one this week. And 4. Talk about hard things before they happen. Children who had open, age-appropriate conversations with their parents about COVID, what it was, why the rules existed, showed significantly lower anxiety than those kept in the dark. You don't need to frighten your child with hypotheticals. Just normalize the conversation. What would we do if the next time you're doing something ordinary together? When I look at that checklist now, with everything I've learned since 2020, I can say my family is in a genuinely better position, not because we had some dramatic overhaul, but because small, consistent habits compound over time. The nightly check-in that felt awkward at first, the feelings vocabulary my youngest rolled her eyes at for 2 weeks, then quietly started using, the standing Saturday morning call my older daughter has with her best friend 2 states away. None of it is complicated. All of it required intention. The next crisis will find every family somewhere on this spectrum. The question is simply where it finds yours. The time to answer that question is right now, when life is ordinary enough to do something about it. If you want to go deeper on any item from this checklist, my book, Positive Minds, A Step-by-Step Guide to Mental Wellness for Children, walks through every single one in detail, with real case studies, practical scripts, and step-by-step strategies for building each skill at every age. It's the book I wish had existed before 2020. Link in the description. Subscribe for more research-backed parenting guidance. And share this checklist with a parent who might need to see it too. This video provides general parenting and educational information. Every family is different. Use your judgment and consult professionals when needed.